Hello everybody, my name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Bulls Nation, there is a lot of news that we haven't discussed that has come out over the last day that I want to bring to your attention about the training camp, as well as the Bulls making some signings for training camp as well. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls. Why, and is it a good thing that they're going to be doing a training camp elsewhere, and also the signings that we have for the training camp as well. So let's get started with the big news here. The Chicago Bulls will start their training camp at Belmont University in Nashville. This is something apparently the Bulls have been contemplating about for a long time, doing their training camp elsewhere. I think it's called remote training camp, whatever the case may be. And it looks like this year they're finally ready to pull that trigger and actually go to Nashville and to Belmont University and to have their training camp there. It's a very interesting decision to make, and honestly I don't necessarily know what the real meaning behind this is, other than the fact that you're probably going to see a lot of people, and maybe people will come and get to meet and greet some of those Bulls players. Some of the interviews as well will not be from I guess the United Center, will not be in Chicago, will not be in our training facility, all of those things. So it's something to keep in mind about. And ultimately I think for someone like me personally, someone that's from the land down under in Australia, doesn't mean much to me where their training camp is, but maybe for people in Chicago it probably does mean a little bit more to them. So we'll have to wait and see how things go. All together, regardless of where the training camp is, for me, I just think it needs to be a good training camp. This is the start. This is where it all begins for the Chicago Bulls, right here. Training camp is when everybody comes together. Maybe for the first time the entire offseason, maybe they've had some meetings during the offseason, whatever the case may be. This is where it all comes together. This is where the plans begin to be developed. This is where you basically have your start to the season. It all starts here. If you want a good start to the season, I don't think you can get there without having a good training camp. So let's wait and see how things go from that department, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing training camp news. This is where we're also going to get hyped. You're going to see media, you're going to see promotion, you're going to see people talking about this Bulls team, hyping it up and preparing ourselves for a big season. So there's a lot of that that's going to be coming for the Chicago Bulls, and I think Bulls fans are going to be very, very happy once training camp truly gets going. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. We have had a couple of signings in terms of I guess for training camp deals. Essentially both of these people that we have signed are for training camp. So essentially the Chicago Bulls signed a shooting guard in Quinton Jackson and a point guard in Mark Heidelberger. Hopefully I said his name correctly. That if I butchered that completely, I apologize, but I don't think anyone can blame me there. He's a point guard, and they're both on training camp deals. Essentially, from my understanding of what a training camp deal is that they're basically going to be here for training camp, and then once training camp is done, once I guess the preseason is over, they're probably going to have, I guess, decision to make on whether or not they're going to keep them or waive them and stuff like that. And considering the fact that they are both training camp deals or camp deals, considering that they're both guards as well, as much as I'd like to be optimistic and say these guys have loads of potential and these guys could really have a solidified spot with the Chicago Bulls, I can't really see any of them being long-lasting Bulls players. But I'm glad that they got contracts, I guess. I'm glad that they're going to be here for training camp. In my opinion, the more people, the merrier. Bring as many people in here, because at the end of the day, you just never know which players are going to stand out, which hidden gem you may find. So the Bulls need to be doing their due diligence every step of the way in the offseason. Even when people won't care about these types of deals, people won't see the reasonings behind these type of deals. And I can guarantee you some people will be looking at this and saying, why are we signing 2 more guards for a training camp at least? But if you find a hidden gem, you find a hidden gem. And the Bulls have to try and find these diamonds in the rough in many ways. And they're going to have to try and develop them. So, you know, we'll wait and see. I don't really know too much about them, in all honesty. There's some key dot points here that I can read out. Obviously, it says here that Jackson had a solid rookie year in the G League and played a limited role in 9 NBA games for the Washington Wizards. So there you go. And Heidelberger has been playing professionally in Europe and was a lights-out three-point shooter in college. So that's another shooter that we could be seeing on the Chicago Bulls team for training camp and stuff of that nature. So we'll see how things go. I don't think it's my place to be saying this is horrible, this is great. Again, it's only temporary deals at this point in time. If things can develop beyond that, fantastic. And that obviously means that they're proving something to the Bulls coaching staff and front office. So if any of these guys are going to be here for the future, I think that's a good thing, because it means that they're really impressing behind the scenes. So let's wait and see what ends up happening. But that's going to be me for this video. That's the news stories that has come out. It's actually great that I got to talk about news. I mean, it's been months since we really got any big news for the Chicago Bulls since free agency, really. So it's glad to see that we're stepping into a direction now where there is a little bit more news to discuss, maybe some quotes coming out, stuff of that nature. But thank you all so much for watching this video. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. I will see you in the next Chicago Bulls related video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.